Seventh Crystal, Act 2. The very first order of business is to find your money. Make your way to the Eastgate Conservatory and grab the 5,000 gold and the note from Seraphina. Locate the War Museum and steal the cerulean sapphire. Don't kill anyone. Act 2, 10 o'clock. Garrett arrives at Saturnine Mansion. As always, we're staying away from the front.
Saw something there. Oh well, back to work.
The Lady Alexandria has been kidnapped. The mansion will be locked down, effective immediately. The Lord Saturnine and a select number of the House Guard will be off grounds for the remainder of the evening. I myself will remain to assure no one enters or leaves the estate. In light of tonight's fateful events, all guards are to strictly adhere to their assigned patrol routes, until further notice from myself only. I will be personally carrying out periodic inspections throughout the night, and if I find that any of you have failed in this simple task, you will have me to answer to in the morning. Do not think the punishment will be light, Captain Lorcan.
Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd better just get this crystal and get the hell out of here.
Who's over there?
Just because I've been here only a few months. Hello? Show yourself.
Cold storage. Nothing in here worth caring about.
Someone there?
Oh, well, it must have been nothing.
Ah, nice, the dining room. Seems the light switch is only partially effective.
This is my darling.
That voice again. Doesn't seem like there's much of a loot goal here. Well, it doesn't seem like there is one. Just the sapphire. Well, that makes things easier, I guess.
That didn't sound like...
Diary entry for the night of January 24th. Tonight has been a night much like any other, except we eat well in the barracks later. The cooks made so much food for the party that there's bound to be plenty left for us. Wine too, I'll wager. 9 o'clock. I just received word that the party has been cut short, and the guests asked to leave early. It seems Our Lady Alexandria has been abducted. How could this happen? And from the midst of a party, too. Captain Lorcan seems very angered by the news, and has been taking it out on the guards. Now there's a man that I must admit frightens me. Just yesterday I saw him beat a servant, though this was certainly not the first time I've witnessed such a thing at the hands of our captain. What unnerved me, though, was the way he beat the man for simply addressing him as captain instead of sir. He spat on him as he cowered, and then proceeded to strut away down the hall with a disturbing laugh. I still shudder at the memory. I must watch myself around Captain Lorcan.
Wish someone would let me know what's going on. Never included anything last person.
Captain Will. This place is well patrolled.
Is it just me, or did someone move? Making noise now.
Uh-oh, that goes outside. Definitely don't want to go there yet.
A few months. Think that I can just get away with pushing me around. I'll show them someday. Someday they'll get what they deserve.
Gotta get home to clothes and dishes and find some food.
Dun 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 dun. Look.
That was a close one. Alright, I should probably go to the conservatory instead of just poking around here. Oh, right, the map, too. I believe through there is the War Museum.
Strange noise.
Hold it.
Yeah, close one. I don't remember for sure, but I think this goes to, yeah, that goes to the barracks, I believe.
Why are you hiding?
What's that I see?
Yeah, past those two armor suits is the War Museum. Yeah, I was there before.
Who's noising about then?
Key to the front doors. Not like I'll be using it. Better see if someone's actually in there before I walk in front of it. I don't believe so, but it's been a very long time.
Who's there? Oh.
Okay.
Someone there?
Ah, we're near the I think we're in the conservatory now. What? Why the hell? Why is he up there? Whatever.
Done for them be Hold!
Great.
What's that I see?
Halt!
I'm too tense.
Okay, I guess I'll have to get that guy too, even though I don't... Will he see me? I don't think so.
Nothing. I'm too tense. Something moved there. Nothing, I guess. Oh well.
Yeah, I normally would leave him. I think I would leave him awake, but he's looking right at the spot where the gold is.
Didn't sound like rats this time. Not as exciting as I thought.
I think this is the music room. Ah, there's a flute over there. Can't get it with him looking over here. Just gonna have to find another way to get down to him.
They save some. Bet the Baron gets to eat cows all.
Ah, there's the conservatory. And I see the scroll. There's the key to the library, the payment, and Mr. Garrett has promised 5,000 gold as advance payment for this evening's work. I've upheld my part of our bargain and made a crude map of the mansion's layout. I hope it will be useful. I'm afraid I did not venture to the top floor, as this would surely have attracted attention. I could only stay with Lord Saturnine's tour group. I had to keep excusing myself to make these hurried sketches while they were still fresh in my mind. The tour culminated in a visit to the museum at the rear of the mansion to the south, where they were showing the treasure. That was the reason for this gathering. The truly stunning cerulean sapphire. Oh yes, this may be of help to you. I managed to steal one of the library keys. It was when we guests were in there that I overheard the Lord entrusting the museum key to his man, Brady. Perhaps you might use it to find more information in his library study. I wish you the very best of luck tonight, Mr. Garrett, and I look forward to our rendezvous at midnight on the bridge as we agreed. And at that time, you will be paid in full, a further 5,000 in exchange for the crystal. Again, good luck. I have every faith in your expertise, Serafina.
Better check my map.
Okay, we've got the map. Welcome, honored guests. Ah, and there was that. We're in the auditorium. Oh, no, that turned the lights on. Exactly what I don't want. Okay. Lord Saturnine's servant, Brady, has the keys to his quarters and the War Museum. Find him and get both keys. Okay, go.
You. That's not yours.
Ugh. that voice again. Got over 1,000 loot already. I forget where that door goes. Can't get that either. I don't remember what's there. Guess visit the barracks. I think the jail is there too.
Just because I've been here only a few months, I think that I can just get away with pushing me around. I'll show them someday. Ooh, do you hear a noise?
Who's noising about then? Nothing there. Weird.
By the builder's steaming buttocks, what's going on in this house? I may be going wacky, for I keep feeling as though someone's watching me when I'm mucking about on my normal patrol routes. I start to sweat like I'm on display with hot lights on me, and I get this creeping along the bottom of my spine. I look around and get the craziest notion that those statues in the dark alcoves are staring at me, and then I hear faint giggles even. I want to tell someone about it, but I'm nervous. They'll assume what I'm suspecting, that my mind is going. On the upside, that cute servant girl, I think her name's Anise or something, she's been paying a little extra attention lately. Boy, would I be a lucky bastard if she wanted to take a tumble with me. Not only is she the nicest gal in the city, but she's just plain gorgeous. Those full rosy lips, those wicked cat eyes, that pretty coffee with cream-colored hair, and oh, those legs, those creamy calves peeking out pertly from under her silky green skirts whenever she churns that butter. I must admit, my thoughts are less than gentlemanly when my eyes feast on such a heavenly sight. I bet life with a vixen like her would never be dull. If I weren't so worried about my sanity, I might have the nerve to chat her up a bit. I can't bear it any longer. How am I supposed to get any sleep with everyone staying up half the night shouting and rolling those enormous dice of theirs? I will speak to the captain in the morning and suggest the gaming table be situated elsewhere. Guard P. Billow, your request regarding the relocation of the guard dorm gaming table has been duly noted. However, on this occasion, I feel it would be mutually beneficial to all parties if you yourself were relocated. Therefore, I'm assigning you to a new post, one of great importance. I'm sure you will not let me down. Report to me tonight at the 8th bell, and we shall discuss your new position in the museum control room, Captain Lorcan. The Lady Alexandria... Well, wait. That's the one I read at the beginning. That's a picture of, yeah, Captain Lorcan, Saturnine House Guard. Captain Lorcan, please. Please, can we move the gaming table out of the dorm? I cannot sleep when the others are playing their gambling games. Thank you, sir. PB. Short for P. Bello, which is short for Paul Bello, the voice of Garrett in this mission. And from another few missions that Saturnine was involved in, the Calindra missions. Bullocks. Maybe one day I'll learn to keep my big mouth shut. This is a boring job. All they told me was, whenever we shout up to you, frog the lever, whatever that means. Still, at least I don't have to listen to those bloody dice bouncing around all night. Okay, now, that chest presumably has the sapphire, so whenever we get in there, we can get what we're looking for. The sapphire. And now what else? What was the next? Right, Brady and his keys from the library. Oh, I think I see the library. That's this. Yeah, the library. Yeah, this is probably boring, but seems like the surest way to get the jump on him.
What's over there? Not this time.
guy up there?
Probably just the sir, checking up on things.
Yeah, I think I see him.
Jordan, that you? Not as exciting as I thought. Who's there?
Just keep looking the other way, dude.
Must be one of them grubbers again.
Okay, good. Always a nice little tune to hear. For the attention of Lord Saturnine, we have your wife. She is unharmed, and will remain so if you meet our demands. On this, you have our word. You will arrange for a lone servant to bring us 50,000 gold, and believe us when we say he will be under close observation from the moment he leaves the grounds of the mansion. Therefore, we strongly advise against his having bodyguards. If he is seen to be accompanied, the exchange will not be made, and your beautiful wife will be killed. That is a promise. Instruct the servant to leave the money in the exact location on the enclosed map. We assure you he will not be harmed in any way. If these instructions are carried out to our satisfaction, your wife will be returned to you. You are a man of impeccable taste and style, Lord Saturnine, but rather too much of an exhibitionist. Perhaps this will be a lesson to you. Act swiftly. Time is of the essence.
Ah, poor guy. I almost feel guilty stealing from him. Almost.
There's a safe here, but given all the trouble to given all the trouble to get in the library, I doubt it can be picked. Oh wait, it can. Never mind. I've forgotten more than I thought. Oh wow. Key to the attic. The Journal of Lord Saturnine, January 12th. What a night. Brady and I finally broke through that wall in the crypt tonight. We could scarcely believe what we found. There it is. Underneath this very library, a complex of catacombs of such dark beauty that I was compelled to explore them right away. We gathered lanterns and rope from the groundskeeper, Pearson's work shed, and returned to the library to find out what secrets the catacombs held. Although by that time it was very late, and the mansion was asleep, I was glad of the security system Brady and I devised to protect our secret find, when first we discovered what, at the time, we assumed was the entire crypt. If it is a pain for Brady to have to open such a passage from such a remote location as my chamber every time we explore, he never complains. He's a true and trusted friend. When Brady returned from throwing the lever in my chamber, I was standing by the opened passageway, lantern in hand, ready to go. We moved through the crypt to the opening in the wall that we had made, and continued into the darkness. Who knows for how long that place has been sealed? The air was stale and ancient. Thick cobwebs hung from the cold stone ceilings. It was a silent and chilling place. It was then that we came upon an elevator, amazingly still in working order. We sent the platform on its way to double-check its safety, but upon watching it descend into the darkness, we somewhat nervously glanced at each other, and agreed extra light might be favorable. Brady brought through one of the lighting rigs we'd used during our excavations. And so with the haunting shadows banished, we moved forward and onward and downward. We rode the platform down, and an incredible sight met our eyes. A vast mausoleum of Hammerite design under my own mansion. It was desolate and silent save for the awful shrieking of spiders. How I hate spiders. It was certainly fortunate that we were armed. It was a nightmare. At times we thought we would die down there in that cold grave, but we managed to make our way past the beasts to a series of dark tunnels, lighting sensors on the walls as we went. This ancient echoing tomb was all along beneath my very feet. I vowed whatever I found, I would claim it as my own. Eventually we discovered a lever that opened a stairway which in turn led down to a single room. It was there we found the open grave of a Hammerite mage. His remains lay in state, and his skeletal hands clutched a beautiful sapphire to his chest. Around his neck was a rosary which Brady claimed for himself. As for myself, I took the stone. It was, after all, found on my property. Strange, though. We were not bothered by the spiders at all on our return journey. And still, I can scarcely believe it. A vast and shadowy mausoleum under my own library. That place is mine alone now, my secret.
Not so secret anymore, is it?
No. Let's see what else there is to find in the library, and then I guess look for Brady. What did I pick up? I think it was the attic key. Yeah, the attic key. This is a swanky as hell library. Oh, fire poker. Good. Alright, that's that. I guess the attic next. Oh no, that goes back to the cellar, I think. 1 second. Okay. Obviously, if it... that's right. Yeah, here is what I was going to talk about. Yeah. Logically, the way to the attic is on the highest floor. From somewhere on the highest floor. I believe... Yeah, I'm willing to bet the other one. If I was, things would be a lot easier. I fear for Lady Alexandria and Lord Saturnine. Ever since their baby daughter was lost to them in that tragic accident, they have been growing apart. Once their natures were in beautiful harmony, he tamed her towering operatic passions, soothed her melodramatic instincts. She had the power to arouse in her staid lover and husband a fierce yet tender desire, to pull him away from his studies and alter his tendency to shut out the world. They were a wondrously balanced match, and the feeling of their joy filled the house with warmth. Saturnine was once a humble man and Alexandria a faithful wife. Now Saturnine's guilt seems to have consumed him. He's closed off completely again and is worse than ever before. All the good his marriage did him seems gone. The once young mother weeps alone. The young once mother weeps alone and her husband makes no effort to comfort her. I can only attribute this rift to devastating pain and some sense of misguided shame over their loss. No one could have done anything to save the little one, but a parent never thinks that way. It's always, if I only had done this, I could have saved her. But that's not true. Of course, Alexandria has taken this very badly. Her husband's newfound egotism and obsessions with hammers and gems are unfathomable to her heart and wound it greatly. She's reverted to a worsened version of her former self as well, working in a fury of self-pity and indignation. Saturnine's seeming apathy is like a mockery of her agony over the death of their daughter, and I dread what she will do in response. Knowing her as well as I do, I can see her choosing a path to swift heartbreak for herself and her husband. In the future, if she can justify it to her own mind, she may take someone in place of her absent mate. His desertion for her may quite plausibly lead to adultery, for Alexandria is a woman whose ardent nature must be satisfied. She's young, vital, and has much love to give that Saturnine will no longer accept. Even worse, the most horrid, dangerous choice she could possibly make is cozying up to her now. He's a slick one. I've tried to warn her, but she's been very coy in denying her obvious enjoyment of this flattery, not to mention his interest in her. It would perhaps not be so bad if someone were kind and gentlemanly to her, but one such as him will never offer sincere kindness to anyone. And he's certainly no gentleman. He must have some sort of twisted agenda, and somehow I am sure Alexandria is the center of it. If only I knew what to do. If only I could get my mistress and master to wake up, to turn and hold fast to each other as they did in the first days, the better days. Saturnine and Alexandria, for all the conflicts their personalities have wrought, have a love as strong as myself and my beloved shared. How I wish they were as evenly matched in temperament as Brady and I are. Sadly, they're not by any stretch alike, at least not anymore, and it may lead to tragedy. I must try my best to bring them back together and before the unthinkable occurs. I only hope whatever attempts I make will not come too late to save them from their darker selves. Distant bells bade farewell. This day my last cold embrace. Distant bells bade farewell. This day my last cold embrace. My raven-haired angel, untouched and unkissed, through the mist and from the dark valley, rose to hold me. Let's see. I'm very glad I took Lord Saturnine up on his invitation to come take half my 2 weeks' vacation at his estate. Very good of him, I suppose. Saturnine's developed a rather appalling sense of pride these days. I must admit that I noticed the change ever since my arrival. I still rather like him, but it dismays me. His humility was one of the traits which commanded respect from others and impressed his peers, including me. It's strange how completely he's forgotten himself. Well, this place is certainly opulent, attractive in decor to the very brink of pretentiousness. I notice there aren't many costly pieces lying about. I suspect the Lord's money is tucked safely away in a bank somewhere, and that which he spent on his estate was channeled into items not lucrative enough to be worth a ruffian's time or effort. The huge, hard, weighty paintings, the large, thick, tacked-down imported rugs, the numerous expensive electric lights, the lavish furniture, so on and so forth. The only item truly worth stealing is that delectable sapphire, but it's locked away, and only a master or a fool would brave the dangers of a tight security system like Lorcan's. Now there's a contemptible sort, but he's capable at his job, I'll say that for him. into the bower. My garden I've kept, locked in chambers of stone, and here I have tended my flowers alone. The vines and the briars have grown up around, only of late have I cut them all down. I've waited for one who loved nature as kin. So come to my door, and I'll hide you within. My red buds are ripe for the gentlest hand. If these blossoms shall open, if love will command, enter these walls, my sweet, by and by. Taste of my roses, and suck lilies dry. Then when they're parched in the grass we shall fall, and drench them anew, till you've ravaged them all.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Truly, that Lorcan is a nasty character, to say the least. Last night, I had the misfortune to witness a rather disturbing scene from the balcony of the central courtyard garden. I left my guest room to come down to enjoy my pipe outside the cool evening breeze, but as I reached for the handle of the door to the balcony, I was suddenly frozen by a sound from somewhere deep within the dark building behind me. The sound was laughter. It was loud and had an unpleasant, contemptuous tone as if mocking. The distant voice echoing through so many unknown rooms and hallways reminded me of just how large this mansion really was. As suddenly as the sardonic laughter had begun, it abruptly ceased. This occurred with what I thought, upon first hearing that scornful sound, that there was no mirth in it at all. I shuddered in the darkness, for I found it, for some reason, deeply disturbing. Taking a deep breath, I let out a long sigh as if to cleanse myself of the sound that terrible, humorous laughter, and once again reached for the handle of the tall oak door, and out to the cold air. I lit my pipe and moved to the balustrade, and peered over into the scene below, Lord Saturnine's beautiful garden under the star-filled sky, surrounded on all sides by the covered balcony on which I stood. The tops of the trees were below me, and I could see paths running between them in a neat symmetry. In the center of the snow-covered lawns, where all the paths converged at a large circular terrace, was a spectacular fountain sparkling in the silvery moonlight and adding the gentle sound of falling water to the already dreamlike tranquility. Set around the edges of the garden, perfectly tended, flower beds lay icy and glittering in the frost of the night. It was a picture of indescribable beauty and serenity, and once again I found myself impressed by the style and taste of this extravagant lord, despite my perhaps now reserved feelings about the man. I stood alone on the balcony, enjoying the peaceful moonlit scene below me. I had my pipe and a glass of port. It was most pleasant, when suddenly a door slammed open directly below me, and I started violently. I instinctively ducked to hide myself, but was stopped by the sound of a young girl in tears. I moved carefully forward by degrees until I could again see into the garden below. The girl, evidently a housemaid, was now some distance away, and had sat down on the edge of the fountain, where she moaned gently and hung her head under the starlit sky. I could hear her softly sobbing even from this distance, for the night was still and silent. I wondered what could have upset the poor creature when once again the door below me slammed open, and there was no more need of an explanation. It was Lorcan, captain of Saturnine's guard. "How dare you run away from me, girl?" shouted the loathsome man as he strode out across the lawn without the slightest regard for the paths or the flower beds. "I have not yet finished with you." I was amazed to see that the young maid had wiped her tears and was trying to pretend that she had not been crying at all. "I'm sorry, sir," she said, with only the slightest tremble in her voice. "But I thought that you had." I'll tell you when I finished, and when I finished, and when I win. You can't." This man was obviously drunk, and I felt the hatred towards this vile monster well up inside me. Come here, little girlie," said Lorcan, and took a lurching step toward the terrified maid. She leapt up with a yelp and ran away through the surrounding trees and into the darkness of the midnight garden. "Come back!" shouted the captain of the guard. "Come back!" He stood there in silence, swaying slightly, then shouted to the night, "Go on then, girlie. There's better than you anyway. Go on and cry. Go and cry." And what a terrible and chilling laugh. My blood ran cold. The awful, sickening laughter I had heard in the hall had been the sound of this disgusting man forcing himself on that poor young thing. I found that I was physically shaking with anger and revulsion toward the nauseating Captain Lorcan, who had staggered back the way he'd came, mumbling incoherently, and that fine guttural belch was gone. I'll have words with Saturnine about his poor choice of security. Oh well, I'd better get ready and go down to the party.
What's up, pal? You're a bad man.
Let's see if one of these keys... I mean, we're on the top floor. One of these has to work. Come on. What did I miss? Obviously forgot something, but what? That's above the kitchen. What could I have missed? guess I haven't explored everything quite yet. Alright, I'm getting confused now. Oh wait, I did that right. Where else would the door to the attic be? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? What did I miss? Oh wait, that might be the way to the attic. Yes, that was... sorry about that.
Don't worry, my love. I'm sure my lord has her safely by his side as we speak. You'll see. They'll be home soon.
I know. I'm sure he'll pay any ransom to get her back. But I've been so scared for her. But tell me, my love, whatever is this news you have that's important enough to break curfew?
Oh, it is wonderful news. There may yet be a way for us to leave this place and finally be married.
But how? We have no money.
Do you remember what I told you about how my lord and I found the sapphire in the crypt? Well, he was so excited by his find that he failed to notice yet another passageway, hidden in shadow behind the mage's grave.
And you think there may be more treasures back there?
I do, and if there are, I intend to claim them for us.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't like it. It feels like we're stealing from him.
How can it be stealing from him when he doesn't even know there's anything else down there? I don't know for sure. I saw a passageway, he didn't. Whatever is down there is ours, my love.
Watch out for the captain. He's always disliked you. He's a troubled man. If he thinks you're up to something, I fear he may...
Lorcan. Oh, God, how I hate that arrogant wanker. Would that I had a few worries in life. Besides, he knows nothing of all this.
But what are the spiders? You told me you barely escaped with your lives.
I have the rosary now, remember? They won't bother me if I have that with me.
Just don't do anything tonight, my love. Promise me?
Don't worry. Tonight I lock myself in my room until all of this is blown over, and I suggest you do the same.
I will. I love you.
I love you too. Good night.
Oh, well, it looks like I found Brady. But if I don't catch up to him before he gets to his room, I'll never get his keys.
Another passageway behind the mage's grave. Find the entrance to the crypt and steal whatever is down there for yourself. Spiders, huh? Sounds like Brady's rosary may come in handy. Better take it with you.
What the hell? Now I know I didn't do this. What's going on here? I'd better be careful.
It's a card that says M. Wonder what it could mean. Got the key to Alexandria's room. Well, luckily they're only unconscious. Alright, I got the key to the museum and Brady's room. Okay. I'm willing to bet it's the one I'm willing to bet it's that door downstairs that I couldn't get to. I'll go after that first. I think it might be over there. No. Well, this has turned into a waste of time, I guess. Well, I'll come back to it later, if there's any need to. Yeah, I believe this is Alexandria's room. My husband has been unfaithful to me, not with a flesh and blood woman whose eyes I could gouge, and whose hair I could tear, whose beauty I could destroy, but with his pathetic little books and toys. Damn the Order of the Hammer, those purveyors of backward traditionalism. Saturnine lies in bed with them every night instead of me. He can't seem to bear to touch me anymore. He immerses himself in weaponry and musty books. He's deserted me and given his heart to an elusive mess of stuffy religious concepts. Who could blame me then if I chose to take a lover? Is it not only fair that I should find some happiness in my bitter existence? I lost my child, and my Lord has cast me aside for it. Therefore, let this husband rot in his libraries, and may the dust on his tomes choke him for the contempt he has shown the woman he asked to marry him. In his cold absence, my new lover and I will put the bed he shuns to good use. You must not turn to face me. Move to feel me innermost. Desire observed quiescent in their mirrors. Black indulgence fades gray subdued. We move in the dark Saturnine night. To fall and writhe beneath the colored star's gaze. Your silhouette rides above me ethereal in the moment's lambent light. Another flowery, dirty book. Now I'm stumped. I missed something else, I guess. Oh well, there are only so many places to look. Guess I'll go to the museum. It's one of the few things I have left to do, but whatever. I don't remember if there's just that one guard or others. Okay, let's look at the exhibits. Flash bomb, a device painstakingly designed to soft burst and emit a bright, blinding flash of light, temporarily stunning an opponent into submission, once used to calm frightened animals as well. Flash bombs are not commonly used by the populace in recent times, but the criminal element is very fond of these constructions for affording them quick escape. Ooh, picked up the fire. Fire crystal, one of the 4 elemental crystals. The essence of fire is power, energy, destruction. If propelled with sufficient force into a solid surface, the crystalline shell will burst. The waves of mystic heat churning within will then explode outwards, raining flame upon all objects in the vicinity. These crystals are most often formed in places which see consistent heat, such as pits of molten lava, or even oft-active hearth fires in homes. Note how nature's wild hand can be tamed. Fire crystals are very useful items of war if strapped to a bow shaft. Because of its unique properties of explosive power and lightness, the arrow will travel in a straight trajectory for miles. Unlike the commonplace broadhead, it is somewhat rare and a costly find, but can strike and destroy multiple targets, even unliving ones. Earth Crystal. One of the 4 elemental crystals, Earth's essence is fertility, stability, and growth. It nurtures, transforming itself into nourishment, cushioning the footsteps of man. A crystal of the soil will instantly dissolve it in a once living natural material affixed to it when its fragile shell is broken, thus no sound to speak of is made when it strikes the ground. Honest folk find these crystals in places where animals, plants, and even humans have died. From death springs new life. When dashed against the earthen floor, they soften and replenish it, enriching and filling it with nutrients stripped away by countless years of sowing and reaping crops. The crystals are heavy and naturally sink downward, seeking their mother. Unfortunately, less savory types prowl the cemeteries for these objects as well. They bind them to wooden shafts so they can fire onto noisy surfaces, silencing dire footsteps. No honest person requires an arrow of earth. There is no good purpose for such a tool. No good purpose? Broadhead. A wide arrowhead of steel strapped to a plain wooden shaft. Used often by archer guards to defend homes, as it is a cheap, non-magical item. Although simple, it is sturdy and reliable for bringing down intruders. Water Crystal, one of the 4 elemental crystals. The essence of water is birth, cleansing, renewal. Upon collision with a solid surface, a water arrow will instantly convert to liquid, splashing its contents quickly over whatever it shall strike. Crystals of water are normally found growing naturally in wet places, whether lakes or rivers, or sinks and bathtubs. If holy fluids are poured into a set of water arrows, they will for a brief time receive the builder's blessing from that vial and become perilous to unholy beings. When criminals get their greedy paws on these hollowed contraptions, they pervert them. Water arrows can also douse bright burning torches and rinse out blemishes on carpet, even bloody stains from some foul deed. Invisibility Potion. A draught of from this container will briefly infuse flesh and bone with magic, rendering the human body transparent. This effect lasts only a short while, but is very useful for spies. Mine. This common explosive deals with the same amount of damage as a fire arrow, and is oft used in times of war. Before they are set, mines are generally harmless. Once switched on, there will be a few seconds of safety as it clicks, automatically rigging itself to explode. Then the slightest jostling may trigger the object's power, demolishing nearly all things within range, including weakened stone walls. Air Crystal, one of the 4 elemental crystals. The essence of air is flight, freedom, and whimsy. Its crystalline incarnations are especially difficult to find and thus very expensive. A crystal of air sent forth from a bowstring will float on for endless miles, almost certainly the reason for our expression straight as an arrow. It is weightless in itself and seems to lift its shaft as well. When the crystal softly strikes, it bursts, dissipating and releasing a cloud of giddying and gases. Such arrows are used to render enemies unconscious without harming them. What? Upgraded bow. Nice little inside joke.
So this is what all the fuss was about. That old braggart's made quite a spectacle for his baubles.
Okay, we got the sapphire. Now we need to go after that passage, but we need Brady's rosary. And to find the entrance itself. Oh yeah, I missed this, the servants' quarters.
What's that?
Brady and Liz are so cute. Liz is a doll. She taught me to write. And Brady got my brother his position as a guard here. They're both sweet as ripe plums, they are. They deserve to be happy. Too bad the Lord and Lady haven't been having as much fun as earlier. Wonder what that's about. Yeah, never you mind, Anissa. Don't be a busybody. They're nothing to do with you. Now, Jordan, on the other hand, he might have everything to do with me. He's handsome, good height, nice build, a nice, kind face, loyal and dependable. Even more importantly, he's funny and simply darling. He makes me laugh. Not too many folks here are really amusing, but he is. I snicker all the time when he hangs around here, falling over himself. Maybe it's time I found a nice fella to settle down with. I've had my fun with silly boys, and I feel I really snare myself a good man. I think I'll start making eyes at Jordan. He's a nice age for me, anyways. I'm sick wasting my time. My instincts are right. He could make me happy indeed. Yes, I think so. Sometimes I've scoped him out on his patrol routes when he didn't know I was watching. I'd hide behind the alcoves of the statues and peek out at it. Sometimes I'm smothered a quiet snicker. It feels rather delicious, skulking about. Not that I'd make a career out of it. My taste for danger isn't that much. I'm happy living like I do. Except for one thing. A certain able-bodied guard can help with that. He's very good. No physical proof. Bruises didn't show. Lord thinks we whine over much when injuries are trivial. Not so. My arm barely works well enough to write. Mother wishes to leave. Where would we go? She's too old to hunt for jobs. Live on scraps. She's my sole concern. To hell with Lorcan. Can take it till I find new work and board for us. We'll write more later. Can't now. Hurts. There we go, Brady's room. Tonight I will tell my darling Elizabeth of my plan. This is our one and only chance to be free and together as we are meant to be. I must admit I'm afraid to venture once more into the crypt, especially alone. But there are some things best left unspoken. If Elizabeth knew anything of the suspicions I harbor as to what we may have unleashed by removing that damnable sapphire from its tomb, she would surely forbid me from going through with this. Although my lord will not even listen to my warnings, I fear I am right. We have unwittingly released the ghosts of long-dead Hammerites by moving their treasure. When I lie in my bed at night, I am sure I can hear their chilling whispers, even from as far away as my room. I'm afraid, but I will do this for my Elizabeth. I would brave the depths of hell itself. I hope this rosary will protect me. To my angel, Brady. Every moment with you is as fresh as spring, as balmy as summer, as colorful as autumn, as clean as winter. In you is the beauty of all my years, and when we are finally united, I will never long for a moment apart from you. The love you have shown to me is gentle and pure, yet strong and passionate as well. You've given rise to all manners of joy I've never known before. My bliss is sweeter now than in the foolish fancies of youth, because I've found a reality more lovely than all the most sensuous romances combined. I once thought I wished some handsome noble would marry me and carry me away from this place, showering me with wealth. I coveted riches, silks, fine wines, and gold. Now all the finery in the world pales to the hue of dust when compared to what I feel when I'm in your warm embrace. You've shown me the pleasures of joining to another heart, mind, body, and soul. None other could fill me or fit me so perfectly as you. My only longing now is to have you whisk me away forever, to be bound to you in matrimony. I will share my life with you and have children with you. We'll raise a family like you wanted, and never be separated again, not for anything, my love. I know it has taken a long time, but as you've shared this dream with me, I finally realize that it's my own as well. All that I am is drawn to you, to all that you are. I thrill to the day when we can at last cling to each other and never feel the pressure to let go. All my love, Elizabeth. I think I better drop that. Whatever. Now all that's left is to find the passage to the crypt. Maybe there's something in the library I missed. I'm not sure. I doubt it, but I'm not sure where else to look. It's strange I haven't found the key to Saturnine's room yet. Whatever. Better get moving. Alright, none of the keys open that door. So what does open it? Maybe I missed something in the attic. I really doubt I did, though. Oh, that's right. I never did figure out what the deal is with this. It might be reachable. It might be connected to that steel door near the fountain, but I can't get that open. To the top of the house, I guess. I mean, there's only so many places I have left that I can look. Seems I should have found more in Seraphina's room. Maybe I missed something. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep going. What? Another one of these. What? Oh wait, no, I saw that. Oh, I missed the key. That's embarrassing. I should have thought it over before, or turned on the light. Not sure what the servant keys go to. They don't seem to work on anything. Sorry it's taking so long. I'm a bit rusty at this. It's been a while. No idea what those cards are for, the ones with M on them. This might be... I'm pretty sure this is a picture of Zaya from Thief 2X. Every moment stretches as I watch her face silently. She doesn't know I still watch her, or perhaps she does, and is hurt because my expression turns grim, because I avoid her eyes when she turns to me. I want to reach out and touch her. I want to hold her, tell her I love her, be with her, when I try. I see the face so much like my daughter's, and the anguish is more than I can bear. I cannot reach out to my Alexandria for comfort even in a time like this. I know I have failed her. I couldn't save her child, nor have I been able to give her another one. I bury myself in things that have nothing to do with my grief or my guilt, trying to avoid it all. My time is consumed by the Hammerite Order and my study of weapons. I begin to suspect she thinks me boring and cold now. I only wish I could express to her exactly why I am troubled, that she's a living reminder of my shame. Maybe it would help her to forgive me if I did. How could she? My wife must blame me. The mother nurtures. She nurtured our little one as well. Our little one well. The father is supposed to be the protector, and I failed in that task. I could not keep my child from harm when she was most vulnerable. I deserve scorn and hatred. And I face sweet Alexandria. I see her eyes, nearly as round and innocent as her daughter's, but exactly as beauteous. It pains me not to no end to see them looking at me like that, reminding me of what could have been. She would have looked exactly like her lovely mother if she'd had the chance to grow up. When her wounded gaze is upon me, it is as though our child's wraith accuses me through the form of the woman I wed. Alexandria must hate me. She must. I agonize over even the smallest meetings we must have during the day, go to any lengths to avoid them. Well, naught can be done about it now. I will wait in hope of forgiveness, if I can begin to earn it. In the meantime, back to my studies.
My daddy is sad all the time. Mommy's sad too.
Nursery key. I guess that's the other door. Eek. This is my first gift to you, little Sarah. I bought it a year after your daddy and I were married in hopes that someday I would have a baby girl to read to. Well, now that you are here, and whether I live to see you read these to your own daughter or not, I want you to have this paper monument to my love for you, and your father's as well. We have so much affection to give you and so many things to show you. You will always be a walking, breathing reminder of our passion for each other and the life we share. We'll take care of you always. I promise that, my angel, and love you until we take our very last breaths. Your mother, Alexandria. Grim Gas Nursery Rhymes, The Frivolous Cake. A freckled and frivolous cake there was, that sailed on a pointless sea, or any lugubrious lake there was, in a manner emphatic and free, how jointlessly and how jointlessly the frivolous cake sailed by, on the waves of the ocean that pointlessly threw fish to the lilac sky. Oh, plenty and plenty of hake there was, of a glory beyond compare, and every conceivable make there was tossed through the lilac air. Up the smooth billows and over the crests of the cumbersome combers flew the frivolous cake with a knife in the wake of herself and her currenty crew. Like a swordfish grim it would bounce and skim, this dinner knife fierce and blue. The frivolous cake was filled to the brim with fun of her currenty crew. Oh, plenty and plenty of hake there was, of a glory beyond compare, and every conceivable make there was tossed through the lilac air. Around the shores of the elegant isles, where the catfish bask and purr, and lick their paws with adhesive smiles, and wriggle their fins of fur. They fly and fly neath the lilac sky, the frivolous cake and the knife, who winketh his glamorous indigo eye in the wake of his future wife. The crumbs float free down the pointless sea to the beat of a cakey heart, and the sensitive steel of the knife can feel that love is a race apart. In the speed of the lingering light are blown the crumbs of the hake above, and the tropical air vibrates to the drone of a cake in the throes of love.
Kaka.
Wait, we went to the trouble of opening the nursery, so there must be something of importance here. Where's the... I guess not. Now I'm really confused. What am I supposed to do next? I don't know, it just seems like there should be something important there, since I had to unlock this box to get the key to it. Obviously I missed something, but what? feeling that the way to that mausoleum is through that metal door. But I can't think of a way to get it open, or where a key to it would be. Gotta say I'm stumped. What could I have missed? Lorcan flogged my son yet again. As usual, the beating was undeserved. Brady tried to alert Lord Saturnine to the man's violent nature, but no visible bruises have ever been found on those he tortures. I've known him since he was a stripling, but he will not take my word either. Maybe he thinks I'm a crazy old bat. Time was our master would always listen to his friends and servants, but he's changed of late. Not sure why that is. If we had anywhere else to go, despite my faithful service to this family and attachment to them after all these years, I would leave with my boy straight away. It shocks and disturbs me that our Lord no longer pays mind to those who've been with him so long. I'm horrified that my son faces the possibility of such brutality every day. If not for his insistence that he take it, and he deserved it, not that I believe that, I would have taken my chances and gone weeks ago. Those working under Lorcan are never treated fairly. They're subject to his cruel whims and beaten when he feels like causing pain, not when they've earned it. I'm ashamed of myself, but I've pondered taking him this spice wine with a little something extra in the glass. The idea is unnervingly sweet. I know not why, but I hate him even more than perhaps I have the right to. I still haven't determined. This probably won't work, but whatever. Oh! That worked. Well, that's fine by me. Well, that's a pain. I was really hoping that would be important. Oh well, look at the guest book, I guess. Guest list. Lord Chamberlain of Bescott Manor, accompanied by Lady Errington, Sir Paisley of Ithel, Lord Cedric, Lord Gowring, Lady Ekaterina Cellier of the House of Green Leaves, Lord Eugene Smith Montague II of Scarface Castle, Lord C.S. Constantine, Magistrate Ferdinand and daughter, Sir Alfred Mandel Meyer, Duke Noble Beaver Duckworth II, Lord of Lustful Owls and King of all humping woodland creatures, Lord Elliot Sawham, Lord and Lady Saren, Lord Kefley of South Dock, Lord Raquel, Sir Dane Theodoric, Lord Bafford, Lord Spafford, no relation, Lord Bifford, Lord Spiffy, Lord Farnsworth of Farnsworth Manor, Lord Edmund, Percival Bilbowen of Kudos Rat Exports, Dr. Homan, Talman Oots, Lord Warren, Lord Helzen, Alan Randolph of the Randolph Museum.
I don't see Seraphina's name here.
Can't understand what I missed. Did I miss something out here? I don't think so. Alright, whatever. I don't think there's anything else up here. Saturnine said that somehow the library was above the mausoleum that he talked about. But besides that, I'm not sure what I should be looking for. I already got what was in the safe. Yeah, not any clues on what I should be looking for here. I mean, that has to be the answer, that it's somewhere in this library. The secret, because he said he and Brady went back here to the library. You know, I'm tempted to say, hey, I'd expect it to be behind the fireplace, but somehow I don't think that's the case. What could I have missed? Man, I'm getting frustrated now. But now all the doors are open except that one. Oh wait, no, I blew that door open with a mine. So what am I missing? I'm sorry, I'm just really confused right now. I don't remember being this confused the last time. So what am I doing wrong? Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the library. There really isn't an but I can't think of any. I can't think of any other.
It's just me, or
There's an
can't you
intruder
got a
here.
map around here?
Anyway. Well, I guess I can check out another lead. It has to do with the... Apparently, it's a Hammerite crypt. Maybe that's a clue in itself. I'm so confused right now. Obviously I'm doing something wrong, but what? Well, I guess I'll stop here and try to figure this out. Sorry about that. Be back in a bit.